Hi, this is Mitch Holder. I'm at Wildwood Guitars in Colorado, and I've had several requests to kind of give a rundown of a typical day on The Tonight Show. And just to give you a hint of, the years I was there, I started in 1974. This was on the Johnny Carson Tonight Show, so this is before Jay Leno and so forth. And Doc Severinsen was the leader of the band. He's a great trumpet player. There were some great musicians in the band that I had grown up listening to on records, seeing their names, and now I was playing with them. The show, and I was there till about 1988. And typical day, there's two sequences, because when I started, the show was an hour and a half. Later, it went down to an hour, so our routine changed a little bit. But basically, what would happen is there would be a rehearsal call for 3:15 in the afternoon. And the rehearsal was for whoever the guest musical artist was going to be that day and for that show. And we'd run down their charts. They'd get the camera positions and so forth. And rehearsal would last anywhere from 45 minutes to an hour. So that carries us now. It's 4:15. And 4:15, 4:30, we take a break. Showtime was at 5:30 because the show was going to be broadcast. It was going to go back east, so if there was going to be any editing, they had time to do that. Okay, so right at 5:15 was our callback. So we'd go to the commissary, get something to eat, something to drink, and come 5:15, we'd be back to the set, which was stage one at NBC. It's where they still tape the show. And take our places. And also at the rehearsal, if there were any new band numbers to play, because during the commercial breaks, on the TV, when there were commercials going for the live audience, we were always playing. So we had quite a number of tunes to play in the course of a show. And we'd also have a warm-up number. So 5:15, we show up, we're ready to go. Ed McMahon would come in, he would make some announcements to the audience, and we'd play our warm-up number for the audience. And then come 5:30 is when the show would start. So in the 1.5 hour segment, it would go from 5:30 to 7. And when it became an hour, then of course it would go 5:30 to 6:30. And in the course of the show, there was no stopping. It was straight through. And I have to say, sitting in that band as long as I did, I didn't hear a whole lot of clams, to tell you the truth. Everybody was on it all the time, and they were very, very, very. There was seldom there was any mistakes. So the band was everyone in the band knew what was happening, had that edge. I call it the edge. There's an edge you get when you're doing this kind of work, and I know because I don't do as many sessions as I used to. I feel myself lose the edge sometimes, and I got to really kind of push it a little bit. I didn't have to push it at all. The edge was always there because we were playing so much. But anyway, so there was one time, though, where we stopped, and that was, I forget the singer's name. She was always crying, pop singer. And your mind is a terrible thing to lose. But anyway, probably most of you wouldn't know her anyway, so it probably doesn't matter. But anyway, she started crying, and we just had to stop. And they stopped the tape. We started the tune again, and somehow they snipped that together. One other time, Ray Charles could be a little difficult. And he came on, and when we did the rehearsal, he did a song that was so slow that we almost thought the whole band was just going to follow her backwards, trying to keep the tempo from pushing. Poor Ed Shaughnessy, the drummer, got kind of caught up in it. And when Ray called the tune off, and the count off was going like 1, 2, we're all 3, 4. We start to play. Well, Eddie was picking up right off the bat, and Ray, no, he's waving his hands. Stop, drummer. When I say 1, 2, I mean 1, 2. So we were about ready to fall apart. We got through it. We got through it at that point. So other than those couple of exceptions, we go straight through. Show would get taped, either 5:30 or 6:30 or 7. We're out of there. So it pretty much went like clockwork. And all the years I played, there were no major shenanigans that ever happened. There were no power failures. The cameras never went out. It was just, it just ran like a finely tuned machine. So that's a typical day in the Tonight Show band. Thanks, I'm Mitch Holder. I'll see you again.